So I hear a lot of women complaining that men are boring and that they don't know how to have deep talks. But the reality is that most women that say that are actually the boring ones. You're not giving him anything to work with. You expect him to do everything, to text you first, and to carry the conversation. But if he can't keep the conversation going from your vague responses, guess what? He's labeled as boring when really it's you. Women nowadays really need to make more effort to make conversation with men and actually get to know men, because the only reason that it's boring is because you're not putting in any effort.
Women think that if I do it more for him, listen, like that if I pick up his kids, if I give him as much sex as he wants, if I turn him out, if I show him I'm that ride or die chick, I'm that chick, right? Then the more I do, they think that I'm going to get his affection. But that ain't how men operate. And y'all can tell me this. Watch this. A man doesn't commit to the woman for what she does for him. He commits to her based on who she is to him. Now watch this. If I look at that same woman and I look at a woman who nurtures me, empowers me, helps me to grow, supports me, all of a sudden the way
You agree with her that women put more into a relationship than men? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I agree. When they like you and they love you, they do anything, bro. Like literally any fucking thing.
So how does that differ
Anything.
from?
All right, let me ask you this. I see lines in Darwin. Y'all shaking y'all head. You don't agree with the law? If you're
Not at all, bro.
If your I'm not talking about like more money. I'm saying if your wife had if your woman had a baby outside of you with another man, would you stay in that relationship?
No.
Do you think it's possible a woman to stay in that relationship?
Yeah, but see, it's a different reason for that. That a woman would stay. Yeah, you know why? Because when a man finds a woman, we're not looking for somebody to take care of us, right? That's the whole thing. When a man makes himself something and he becomes something of himself, he's looking at who he can take care of. A woman is never trying to make herself important so she can take care of somebody. You know, it's for independence. Ours,
yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that as far as if we're talking about like who gonna pay more money into the relationship, it's 100% more likely than not gonna be men. I'm saying women will tolerate and deal with stuff that we would not deal with in order to be with us, so they'll give more of themselves from that aspect. You don't think
who agreed to that? Like,
but I'm saying, ladies, but that's going.
Hold on, real quick, ladies. How many of y'all gonna stay with a man? He gonna have a baby on you out of your marriage with another woman?
Everybody gonna say no, but people they've been doing
that for years.
How many? Okay, y'all made it seem like men are not doing that.
They're not.
They're not.
So y'all saying men
because
they're not. So y'all saying men are not staying in relationships with women when they have a baby on them?
No,
very rare.
I've seen it happen.
I don't even know if there's
a man to stay with a woman. No.
I want women
see,
to
here's the
be.
thing.
I don't even
he might not know. He might not know that she did that shit. But statistics show that women are doing that at a high rate, and men are finding this shit out whenever they're trying to do kidney transplants and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Unknowingly doing it, but they're not gonna willingly be like, I'm gonna be with you after you just got pregnant by me.
Well, here's the thing. They probably don't. They know that there's some suspicion going on. They know that they done stepped out with each other in the past, and they stood there. The fact that the biological DNA test, they may not even go through with that. But rest assured, a lot of these men are probably like, man, that kid probably ain't even mine. But you know
think
what?
About why they don't go through with it, because they know if they know, they gonna leave her, and she obviously holds some type of value in his life where he don't even want to prioritize that.
But that doesn't.
Let me ask another question.
But that's not changing the question.
That doesn't mean that the women will do more or put more in a relationship just because they willing to deal with bullshit.
Okay, I asked another. Have any of the women on here ever taken a loan out for a man, like for school or for a cosign on a car, or did any of those type of things? No. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe not take a loan out, but everything was.
He didn't know.
What?
Hold on, y'all did that without his knowledge?
No, he came to them and asked them to take the loan out.
Oh,
what about this? Like it's some dudes that just date big women around income tax season. Those women down there get their income tax checkup just so that they could be with women be like, come on.
Switch the sides then. That
we
mean
talking about
men.
a real. Hold on. We talking about a real relationship. Hold on, real quick, Joe. We talking about like in a real relationship. You know what I'm saying? In that scenario, we know good and well that that's not the case. You know what I mean? We know as a man, you are expected to break your back and literally die for you and your family, right? Whereas your woman, yeah, she may do that, but a woman is never looking at a scenario where let me get it together so I could take care of this man and everything else. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. They are taught to find somebody that loves them more than, you know what I'm saying, they love him. So a man will do more for him. You dig what I'm saying? That's something that I know all of you women on this panel have heard. Am I right?
Yes, I've heard that. And a lot of men agree with that sentiment because um, even my partner, for example, he was single for years and he told me I was not willing to come off the market until I found a woman that I was actually 100% completely interested in. Because if you're not if a man is not really, really, really into that woman, it's easy for his eye to stray. So men have to really, really be into a woman before they really get into a relationship. Otherwise, it's a setup for failure. Women are different. We make a lot of concessions for men. You know, we're not as vain as people like to um, make us out to be. We're really not that vain. A lot of y'all are bad built. A lot of y'all ugly. A lot of y'all don't make a lot of money. And we still love y'all. We still love y'all. So all I'm saying is we find other virtues and other attributes about y'all that we love, and women are very accommodating in that way. I'm being completely honest. I mean, I'm not going to hold it against y'all because women are conditioned to be more mindful of their aesthetic. This is true, but it is what it is. Okay, so I want to answer the question. How do you feel about the perception that some women expect everything for a man without offering the same in return? JR, the way you word these questions, aha, it's always like leaning, it's forcing you to try to answer a certain way, but I'm gonna pick at the little weakness you left there, perception. That's a perception. That is not the reality of the situation. I think that there is no robbery in fair exchange. So from the outside looking in, it may appear like, let's say you're looking at a man that's paying all the bills and you from the 50-50 gang. You might think, oh, she's not bringing anything to the table, but that's your perception and you're projecting it onto people that feel fulfilled in that connection. He's getting something out of it. It's just not the something that you value. So I don't think there's too many situations where men are being with women that bring absolutely nothing to the table. Trust me, he sees something in her. It just may not be the thing you value.
And I just want to piggyback off of DJ because that's exactly what I was about to say. Exactly what I was about to say. When you're in Hollywood, they talk about how Hollywood relationships, which are mostly publicized, which the ones people try to mimic most of the time, those men don't require the things that the men of 50-50 doing. He just wants a woman who looks good, gonna be a trophy for him, do certain things around the house that's gonna do what he say. She don't even have to have an education. He just like, as long as you do what I say, you bust it wide open when I call you, you feel me? Another man who is not, who's in a different position than him is gonna look at it and be like, nah, I ain't messing with that. And I do think as far as what I try to do when I come into a marriage, I do think about how I can be all to my husband. What can I do to make sure I'm giving my all? I don't wanna provide for him, but I wanna be what he needs in order to continue to be a good husband to me. So I don't think a lot of women go into the relationship just like, oh, just thinking about their benefits. Those women who dating those rich men, they gonna go in there thinking, okay, I know I got to keep my body up. I know he gonna care if I look like I'm aging quickly, things of that nature. Other women might be like, okay, this is a 50-50 relationship. I gotta make sure I'm pulling my weight. I gotta make sure I'm being respectful. I gotta make sure he's still being able to lead, even though we're going 50-50 on things. I gotta make sure I'm still respecting him as a man. It's just what you want is gonna be different. So yeah, like she said, the biggest word on that was perception.